Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I, Najib Shah, Company Secretary, welcome you to the 29th Annual General Meeting of the member of the company, which is being held through video conferencing as permitted by Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. Before we commence, I would like to highlight certain points regarding participation in this meeting. The facility of joining the AGM through video conference is being made available to the member on a first come, first served basis. All the members joining this meeting are by default placed on the mute mode to avoid any background noise and to ensure smooth and seamless conduct of the meeting. During the question answer session, the name of the registered speaker shareholder will be announced. They will thereafter be unmuted by the host of the meeting and will be allowed to express their view. Each speaker will be allotted 3 minutes, and I request each speaker to adhere to this time to ensure effectiveness of the meeting and to provide equal opportunity to other speakers. The speaker shareholders are requested to click the audio and video button while speaking. If any shareholder is unable to join through video mode, then they are advised to switch off the camera and speak through audio mode. If there is a connectivity problem at a speaker shareholder end, we will request the next speaker who has joined the meeting to express his views. Once connectivity is improved, the previous speaker shareholder will call back to join. During the meeting, if any member faces any technical glitch, they may call the helpline of NSDL as mentioned in the notice of the AGM. Speaker shareholders are requested to minimize any background noise to avoid disturbance. While speaking, we request the speaker to use earphone. The speaker shareholder are requested to be loud and clear while speaking. The queries received on the email address of the company and asked during the meeting will be answered during the meeting or by email to the respective shareholder. Since this meeting is being held electronically, the physical attendance of the member has been dispensed with and the requirement of appointing proxy is not applicable. The member attending the meeting through video conferencing shall be counted for the purpose of quorum. Please note that as per the requirement, the proceeding of the AGM will be recorded and the recorded transcript of the same will be made available on the website of the company. It gives me immense pleasure in requesting our chairman and independent director, Mr. Najib Shah, to take over the proceeding of the meeting as the requisite quorum of the meeting is present. Over to you, Chairman, sir.
Thank you very much, Nehal. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 29th AGM of Care Ratings Limited. And before I proceed, let me also greet each one of you on the auspicious occasion of Navaratri. Let me conclude all the essential administrative formalities before moving on to my speech. I am Najib Shah, Independent Director and Chairman of the company, attending this meeting through video conferencing from the registered office of the company, Mumbai. I would now like to introduce to you all the directors and KMPs of the company appearing on the screen. I would request each board member and KMP to acknowledge when I introduce him or her as the case may be. Let me now move on with the introduction. Mr. V. Chandrasekharan, Non-Executive Independent Director, attending this meeting through video conferencing from his residence at Mumbai. Mr. Adish Kumar Gupta, Non-Executive Independent Director and Chairman of the Audit Committee, attending this meeting through video conferencing from his residence at Mumbai.
Good afternoon.
Ms. Sonal Desai, Non-Executive Independent Director and Chairperson of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee, attending this meeting through video conferencing from her office at Mumbai. Dr. M. Mathisekharan, Non-Executive Independent Director and Chairman of the Stakeholders Relationship Committee and CSR Committee, attending this meeting through video conferencing from his residence at Trinelveli. Ms. Shubhangi Soman, Non-Executive, Non-Independent Director, attending this meeting through video conferencing from a residence in Mumbai. Mr. Mehul Pandya, MD and CEO of our company, attending this meeting through video conferencing from his registered office of the company at Mumbai. Mr. Dinesh Shah, CFO of our company, attending this meeting through video conferencing from the registered office of the company at Mumbai. We also have Mr. Ajit Vishwanath of BSR and Company LLP, Chartered Accountants, the statutory auditors of the company. Mr. Ashish Kumar Jain of AK Jain and Company, company secretaries, the secretarial auditors and scrutinizers for the AGM. Mr. Kashyap Vaidya of TR Chadda and Co. LLP, chartered accountants and internal auditors, attending this AGM through video conferencing from Mumbai. Thank you. The shareholders have been provided the facility for joining the meeting through video conferencing and for e-voting facility being provided by NSGA. As mentioned earlier, the requisite quorum for the AGM is present. I call this meeting accordingly to order. The registers and other statutory documents as required by the Companies Act 2013 and the certificate from the Secretarial Auditor on compliance of ESOP have been made available electronically for inspection for the members. Members seeking to inspect such documents can send their request to investor.relations@careedge.in. Members who did not vote earlier through remote e-voting may vote electronically during the course of the meeting. It's again informed to the members that the items of business as set out in the notice of AGM is being transacted, except item number 7 of the notice pertaining to reappointment of Mr. Anant Narayan Gopalakrishnan as independent director for the second term, which stands withdrawn and will not be put to vote at the AGM or through remote e-voting. To effect these changes, the company has already sent an addendum to the notice of the AGM to all shareholders. In addition, the addendum has also been published in the newspapers. Since the notice of the AGM, along with the addendum to the notice, is already circulated to all the members, with the consent of all the members present, I take the notice, including the addendum to the notice of the meeting, as read. As the report of the statutory auditors and the secretarial auditors does not contain any qualifications or adverse remarks, hence, it is not required to be read at this meeting. Having completed all the administrative formalities, let me now share my thoughts with you. Welcome once again to the 29th Annual General Meeting of the CARE Ratings. We meet yet again virtually. What the 2 years have taught us is that this mode is no deterrent to doing business. The long shadow of the pandemic and the subsequent downturn in the economy have been hard on all of us. From personal well-being to businesses, every aspect of life has been impacted in one way or another. But together we have met the challenges. I must thank and congratulate each one of you for all the support you have shown even in these most difficult of times. We must also acknowledge the extraordinary work done by the government in ensuring most, if not all of us, have had 2 doses of vaccination followed by a booster. At the end of the day, a healthy nation is essential for keeping the economy going. The impact of lockdown-led restrictions and dampened sentiment in the economy adversely hit the rating business too. But despite the challenges, your company put in a performance, which I'm sure you'll agree with me, has been credible. We had a total income in FY22 of rupees 247.63 crore and profit after tax of rupees 84.47 crore. The transformational journey that our company has embarked upon continues with full vigor. Our 4 pillars, group impetus without losing sight of our core business, technology, talent, and rebranding are all moving in tandem. On the core business of ratings, the focus was on strengthening the coverage with a well-planned outreach to stakeholders, key client coverage, efficiency improvement measures, and deep-rooted analytical rigor to further boost the quality and performance of the ratings. The results showed there was a sharp improvement in the performance of the rating portfolio of more than 4,300 entities. The 2 acceptable measures, sharp downgrades, which means downgrades of more than 3 notches, and investment group defaults, saw a significant improvement in FY22 vis-a-vis the earlier years. And this, despite the negative impact of the pandemic. Going forward, the company will endeavor to further improve its performance. Specifically, the concentration will be on using technology and automation for closer monitoring of portfolios. The company will also work towards further strengthening its rating models and rating criteria. In addition, training of the new analyst is a priority considering the need to make the pool of talent reach optimum efficiency as soon as possible. The subsidiaries, both domestic and international, are integral to overall growth journey of the group. The board has approved a rupees 33.5 crore equity infusion for enhancing the product and market developments at Care Risk Solutions, CRSPL, and rupees 10 crore in Care Advisory, Research and Training, CART, to expand the business. CRSPL is in the process of reinventing itself. It has embarked on a journey to upgrade its offerings and develop a universal platform to host its products as a suit to service, regulatory, operational, and analytical needs of its risk and compliance customers. Products are being upgraded to the next generation technologies across cloud and on-premises platforms meeting global standards. CART, under enthusiastic leadership, is widening its horizon by bringing in more ESG-oriented research and advisory projects. The past year alone has seen it grow from low-ticket businesses to top-of-the-line demanding clients such as ADB, World Bank, and other large international funds. Further, CART has also been empaneled by the Association of Mutual Funds in India, AMFI, as an ESG rating provider for AMCs. The international subsidiaries of your company, namely Care Ratings Africa Private Limited, CRAF, and Care Ratings Nepal Limited, CRNL, have also done well, despite the roadblocks of the pandemic. In FY22, CRAF and CRNL both maintained their track record of growth. Sustained showcasing of its abilities by CRAF to corporates, banks, regulators, pension funds, and asset management companies has established the brand firmly in Mauritius. Going forward, CRAF is in active discussions with policymakers and regulators to develop ASD framework for the jurisdiction. Further, it now proposes to expand its business in other geographies of Africa. It has already got its credit rating agency license in Kenya and is assessing opportunities to apply for licenses in other countries. We will, on the technological front, continue to focus on doing work to impart an edge to our rating operations. Our aim is to further automate the ratings operations processes. Our test results on machine learning and natural language processing to read financial and operational data from publicly available corporate company filings have been very encouraging. We will be deploying this for all the companies we rate. We are in the process of implementing a business information hub, which would be a centralized data repository for ratings, sales, finance, and HR. This will provide excellent visualization of data along with advanced analytics. On the sustainability front, your company is actively synchronizing energies to optimize technology for ensuring constant process improvements. From shifting the signing of all rating committee minutes to electronic mode, maintaining the records electronically during the year, right up to adopting new technology for cutting carbon footprint, your company is taking an environmentally conscious approach. Besides, the ESG scores and gap analysis offerings from CART are oriented towards contributing to the sustainability objectives through analytical offerings as well. In a high knowledge-driven industry like ours, people are the key resources. We have faced serious challenges of attrition. The search for attracting and retaining talent is the biggest priority for HR. We at CARE are fully cognizant of this. Thus, employee engagement has taken the center stage of all people initiatives. These include constant interaction by the senior management, including the CEO, with the young talent and HR, holding the policy and employee benefit awareness sessions. We have also launched CareXA, which is an AI-powered employee pulse survey, which is anonymous and can be administered at any time to gauge employee mood. In addition, detailed plans are in place with a focus on campus recruitment to attract the best talent. There was a perception that the brand as it stood did not reflect truly the strength of our organization. We did believe that there was a need to make our brand future-ready and align it with our new vision and strategy. Last year, Your company, as you can see in the logo and visuals behind, completed its overall rebranding with the help of a leading global agency to present a brand new look and feel, a new ambition which reflects creativity and a wider business footprint powered by new technology. Thus, care, coded in softness, was infused with edge for sharpness and conviction. And we have got a new brand name, Carriage. With this transformation, Carriage will give us a group impetus, a strong, stable mother brand to create that much required relationship and synergy with our subsidiaries. This will enable us to follow a central corporate theme and maintain uniformity across all communications. We have, dear shareholders, taken heed of your concerns raised repeatedly in the last few meetings that given our cash balance, there is a need for considering a buyback of equity shares. The board of directors has approved a proposal for buyback of up to 23,68,000 fully paid up equity shares of the face value of rupees 10 each. We have received the approval of members through a postal ballot. Thank you. The required formalities have now been initiated to carry the process forward. We would like to thank you for your patience and understanding even in the most difficult of times. During the year, your company paid an interim dividend of rupees 7 per equity share, amounting to a payout of rupees 20.62 crores. The board has recommended a final dividend of rupees 10 per equity share. If approved by the members in the ensuing AGM, it will result in a payout of rupees 29.65 crores for FY22. Going forward, despite the heightened geopolitical risks and global economic headwinds, we believe that India will display resilient economic growth. Indian economy has recorded a GDP growth of 13.5% in Q1 FY23. Admittedly, the base effect was at play. While the recent economic growth numbers are lower than market expectations, Indian economy is still better placed than other economies amidst the global recessionary fears. The central government has been recording strong CAPEX and is on course to achieve the high CAPEX budgeted for the year. With manufacturing sector capacity utilization increasing at 75% levels, the private sector CAPEX is also gathering momentum. Multiple schemes like PLI and Gati Shakti are all bearing fruit. Consumption spending is also likely to strengthen. All this, we believe, will result in India's GDP growth in a band between 6.8% to 7% in FY23. This will augur well for the ratings business. I take this opportunity to reassure you that we are committed to doing the best for Care Edge Group. We will strive to grow bigger in the coming years with a continued focus on our values of integrity, pursuit of excellence, commitment, fairness, in short, to doing business the right way. And finally, I would like to thank you, our esteemed shareholders, for your continued support and belief in us. Greetings once again to each one of you on this auspicious occasion. I wish you the very best. Please continue to stay safe. Thank you. Now, I would request Najib Shah, Company Secretary of the company, to inform you of certain other administrative points regarding participation, e-voting in the meeting. Over to you, Najib.
Thank you, sir. In compliance with the Companies Act and a SEBI listing regulation, read with MCA and SEBI circular, the members are provided with the facility to cast their vote electronically through the remote e-voting services administered by NSDL on all the 9 resolutions, out of which 6 are ordinary resolutions and 3 are special resolution, are set forth in the notice. In the terms of SEBI circular dated December 9, 2020, e-voting process had been enabled for all the individual demat account holders by way of single login. The member who have not cast their vote on the resolution as mentioned in the AGM notice by remote e-voting prior to the AGM are provided facility to cast their vote during the AGM. Members may cast their vote while at the same time view the proceedings of the meeting. The board has appointed Mr. Ashish Jain, practicing company secretary, to act as a scrutinizer to scrutinize the remote e-voting and the vote cast at the meeting and provide a consolidated result. Since the AGM is held through video conferencing, the resolution mentioned in the notice convening this AGM have already been put to vote through remote e-voting, as the facility of voting is also available at the AGM, and the process of proposing the seconding the resolution is not applicable. I now hand over the proceeding to Chairman. Over to you, Chairman. So.
Thank you very much, Nehal. The e-voting facility is now open, and the members who have not voted through remote e-voting may please cast their vote while at the same time watching the proceedings of the meeting. The e-voting facility will remain open for 15 minutes after the meeting to enable members to cast their vote. All efforts feasible under the circumstances have been made by the company to enable members to participate and vote on the items being considered in this AGM. We will now open the floor for any questions from the shareholders present at the meeting. I request Mr. Mridul Mishra, the host, to call the names of those shareholders one by one who have registered themselves to speak or ask questions. Over to you, Mridul.
Thank you, sir. Dear shareholders, to conclude the meeting in good time, I request each speaker to be brief, limit the speech to 3 minutes, and to avoid repetition, please. Once all the speaker shareholders have asked their questions one by one after I call out their names, the same will be answered. The first speaker on the line I call upon is Ms. Vasudha Dakwe.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Thank you for giving me opportunity to speak. Hello. Very good afternoon, respected Chairman, sir, Board of Directors, and my fellow shareholders. Myself, Vasudha from Thane. I would like to congratulate our company secretary and her team for providing me excellent investor services. Thank you very much, Neil ma'am. I would also like to congratulate for declaring the excellent dividend. I would like to ask, what is our next 2 years projection plan? With this, I support all the resolutions and my best wishes for Dussehra and Diwali festivals. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. The next on the line, I'll call upon Mr. Vinod Agarwal.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Agarwal, please go ahead.
Yeah, respected Chairman, Mr. Najib Shah, our CEO Mehul Pandya, and our CFO Jinesh Shah and Nehal Shah. Good afternoon to everyone, sir. I've gone through your annual report the way I could, sir. Sir, I voted for all the 9 resolutions that were sought to be passed. One resolution was cancelled to be not voted for. So the revenues last year were flat at 219 crores, which were there in previous years. We have performed almost flat, sir. Even the profits at 84 and 85 crores were flat, sir. And what has been noted in the annual report is that we have got 4 subsidiaries. Out of those 2 subsidiaries, credit this care risk solutions are making losses, and even the other subsidiary care advisory research and training, that has also shown losses, sir. We'll have to look into this to turn them around to make them profitable, sir. This is my suggestion to you, sir. And sir, on consolidated, the revenue, the EPS in the standalone. 1 second, sir. EPS on consolidated EPS was 25 rupees in 45 paisa, and on the standalone, the EPS was 28. That means the losses are getting reflected in the lesser amount of EPS and the PAT that we have got in the company, sir. I hope we will be able to do, sir. Another thing, sir, as a financial number crunching company, sir, I wish the company to hold the AGM of the company a little earlier, sir, not in the last week of the statutory compliance, sir. I wish the company all the best for the future. Uh, and the report that you have come out with on 45 sectors and 550 thematic report, the CSR work of the company also very good. Even Nehal Shah is very courteous and very nice. Whenever I've had queries on the about the company, she has been very helpful in resolving my queries. She has helped me in joining this AGM today. I sign off, Vinod Agarwal from Mumbai. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal. The next speaker I call upon is Mr. Krishnan PS.
Yeah, thank you very much. Just want to confirm, are you able to hear me?
Yes, please. Please go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Good day to the CARE board and management team. I have four queries. What are some of the new types of fee-based services that we're planning, and how do we plan to ramp up our revenues for some of these fee-based services, new fee-based services? My second query is, where do you see CARE Ratings in 3 years down the line? What do you think will be the drivers for growth? And what will be the what will be the key implementation mechanisms, to achieve those growth targets? Third query is, what kind of market share gains are we looking over the next 3 years? And my last query is, what kind of revenue growth are we looking over the next 3 years? Thank you.
Thank you. The next query I call from the line of Mr. Arpit Ranka.
Yeah, hi. Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Yeah, hi. Two questions from my end. One, so Care Risk Solutions in FY22 reported a loss before tax of about 11.8 crores on a revenue of 13.5 crores versus 2 crores of PBT last year. Surprisingly, there is no discussion on what led to these losses. Would appreciate if management could enlighten us on what led to this. That's one. And second, on attrition, can we quantify a bit as to what was our attrition rate, say in FY22, and if handy, maybe how the trend has been over the last 3-4 years, just to get a sense as to how difficult it's become for us to retain talent? Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Krishnan. Next, I call upon Mr. Rohit Potti Prakash.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Rohit, please go ahead.
Myself, Om Prakash Kejriwal, Sirji. Am I right?
Yeah,
Am
yeah,
I
Mr.
audible?
Om Prakash. Yeah, please go
Am
ahead.
I
Please go ahead.
audible?
Yes, yes, you are, sir.
Good afternoon, Sirji, and good afternoon to everybody attending this AGM. Myself, Om Prakash Kejriwal from Kolkata, your equity shareholder. Thank you, Sirji, for providing me the platform to speak something before you. Thanks to our secretary, Nehal Madam, for helping me in registration as a speaker shareholder. बहुत ही अच्छा नेचर है इनका. 2-3 बार फोन करके इन्होंने जो है मुझे बताया कि कैसे मीटिंग अटेंड करना है. थैंक यू फॉर द सेम. सर जी, this is my first AGM only due to virtual. Though I am your old shareholder, it is just an opportunity for me to attend this AGM sitting in Kolkata. New technology का कमाल है सर जी. If possible, please follow this virtual AGM in next year also. सर जी, आपका परफॉर्मेंस देख के तो ऐसे ही बोला जाएगा कि वाओ, व्हाट ए परफॉर्मेंस सर जी. In financial year 21-22, EPS is rupees 28.62 on a standalone basis, and dividend is rupees 17, approx 60% distribution of net profit. What an excellent distribution, sir जी. और shareholder को क्या चाहिए सर जी? अच्छा EPS और अच्छा डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, इससे और अच्छी बात क्या हो सकती है? बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आप लोग को बहुत बहुत बधाई. But there is lack of investor confidence. That's why it is not performing in share market. जैसे हम लोग का पीयर ग्रुप है, इक्रा, क्राइसिल. इक्रा is ruling at rupees 4,000, face value of rupees 10. Crisil is running rupees 3,200, face value is rupees 1. So हम लोग का थोड़ा मार्केट में कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है, हम लोग का अपने कस्टमर के साथ जो है उतना कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है.
कि हम लोग उतना बिजनेस नहीं ग्रो कर पा रहे हैं। ये लग के देखने से बार बार यही लगता है मुझे कि एक स्लोगन है, ये क्या हाल बना रखा है, कुछ लेते क्यों नहीं। मतलब कुछ आप लोग को मिल के कुछ ऐसा प्लान करना होगा कि इन्वेस्टर बिल्ड हो अपने कस्टमर के बीच में भी और अपने शेयर होल्डर के बीच में भी। आपने अभी बाईबैक स्कीम लाया, अराउंड ₹500 यू आर बाइंग योर शेयर। उसमें भी लगता है कि लैक ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस है, आपका कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है। थोड़ा सा आपको प्रीमियम उसमें देना चाहिए जिससे कि मार्केट उसको जो शेयर को रीवैल्यू कर पाए। देखिएगा फ्यूचर में, आप लोग बहुत एक्सपीरियंस लोग हैं। एक दो रिक्वेस्ट है सर जी कि स्प्लिट, इस शेयर को स्प्लिट किया जाए तो हो सकता है कि हम लोग को अच्छा वैल्यूएशन मिले। तो फ्यूचर में अगर स्प्लिट करना चाहें तो कीजिएगा। एक सर जी, हम लोग की तो कंपनी काफी अच्छी कंपनी है, रेटिंग कंपनी है, नॉन कंपनी है। तो
Sorry to
इसका
interrupt, Mr.
एजीएम अगर हम लोग
Kejriwal.
अर्ली
30
करें।
seconds more, please.
हाँ बस हो गया मेरा, 1-2 मिनट। ये एजीएम अगर हम लोग अर्ली करें तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा। अगर जुलाई अगस्त में एजीएम किया जाए, क्योंकि अभी बहुत पैक सीजन चल रहा है, और एक फिजिकल कॉपी ऑफ एनुअल रिपोर्ट अगर भेज सके तो बहुत हेल्पफुल होगा। एट लास्ट सर जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच एंड मेंटेन योर स्माइल एंड बी cheerful. We are always with you as a long-term investor. Thank you. Happy Navratri, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kejriwal. The next I call upon Mr. Rohit Potti Prakash.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, so my first question is on the attrition level. So I believe in the annual report you mentioned that we have 42% voluntary attrition, and that seems extraordinarily high for an organization where people and intellectual property matters a lot. And particularly if I see the top management given in the annual report 2022 versus annual report 2021, the CEO, the Chief Human Resource Officer, the Chief Economist, the Chief IT Officer, CEO of Care Risk, and CEO of CART, all of them have changed. And conversations indicate that people are quitting across middle management for fintech and related businesses. Can you share some highlights on this and how we hope to resolve this? What if we see more top management exits going forward? My next question is on growth in general. It has been lackluster for a while. What happened? What needs to happen externally? And the next question is, in general, what is your target for non-rating business growth in the next 3 to 5 years? If you could speak qualitatively, market-wise, and number-wise, that would be great. My last comment and question is, I mean, I've been one of the shareholders who's been regularly requesting a buyback, and it's great to see the management do such a large buyback. I sincerely hope that if the share price remains undervalued, we continue to follow this as and when regulations permit us to do so. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Rohit. I think by this I have completed the list of attendees who are there, please.
Thank you, Vidhu. Can I take over now?
Yes, sir, please.
Thank you so very much, dear shareholders, for all your questions. And across the board, of course, there has been appreciation for the buyback. We were very conscious of your repeated exhortations to us that we are sitting on too much of cash and we need to enter into a buyback, which is what we did after a lot of debate and discussions. We have got your approvals through postal ballot, and we are in the process of completing the other formalities. And hopefully the process will go through very smoothly now. So thank you for your suggestions. And yes, we have taken that on board. There have been concerns across the investors about the timing of our AGM. I fully agree that we should hold it earlier. And next year, I assure you, we will be holding it much earlier. This year, for one reason or another, it kept getting pushed back. to the last week of September. And we will definitely hold it earlier the next year. That's an assurance that we as a board and the management also is giving you. Madam Vasudha has asked about next year's plan, which question also found resonance with Mr. Rohit, which found a resonance with Mr. Krishnan. And so look, the ratings business, as you are aware, is a business where the available corpus of business is limited. We have 7 players in the field, and we are competing closely with one another. The fact that our ratings business our performance has been flat is, in my opinion, not too bad a thing, because given the circumstances, we have done well, that's what I mentioned in a speech too, to retain our level of performance at 219 crores, given the market, which is very limited, and given the competition. Having said that, we have, again, it's a theme which we carry forth from last year about the need to focus on the group as a potential for expansion. Yes, CRSPL has done not too well last year. We are conscious of that. Hence, we have now given an infusion of capital funds, because they are in the business of providing risk solutions, as you're aware, across the fiscal space, where again the competition is heavy. So we are hoping that CRSPL this year should perform better. Being a technology-driven company, we can't expect instantaneous results. But having said that, we have a new CEO in place who's now going to complete 1 year, and we are expecting him to show results. We are closely monitoring performances, and we are hoping that CRSPL will do well. CART has also expanded its footprint considerably. CART, by getting into the ESG space, is getting a lot of traction. CART is also hopeful of doing good business in the African continent. And I think between these two, we are hoping to do well to drive the overall consolidated results and group business. Our plans across the future, Mr. Krishnan was wanting to know our 3 years plans down the line. We are focusing on ensuring that our rating business continues to do well. We don't lose any space, we get more space, which means we have to focus on quality. And the emphasis, like I said, will be to do the business the right way, with a focus on ensuring a high degree of integrity. We have huge confidence in our Chief Rating Officer, Mr. Sachin, and we are hoping that we will continue to do well there. The CRSPL and CART are areas of growth, as also the CRAF, which is the CARE Africa subsidiary, because this is an untapped area where there has been a lot of discussion and focus, and we are hoping that the growth in Africa will propel also the overall growth of the company. I would not like to, both Mr. Krishnan and Rohit, Mr. Rohit wanted me to give some target of numbers. You will pardon me if I don't commit myself on any numbers at this juncture, except to say that we are conscious of the fact that the ratings business is saturated at some point, and we need to see other avenues for growth. We are very conscious of that. Mr. Rohit has also been talking of attrition, and that's a question which came from yet another speaker about the high degree of attrition. I spent some time on this aspect in my speech only because it is a matter of deep concern for us. We do realize that too many of our experienced hands are leaving us for greener pastures. The research company Aon has told us that most of our employees are under the P50. A lot of them are under P25. So obviously, number one, we need to look at the remuneration which we are giving our employees. We are in the process of identifying key hands, ensuring that we ring-fence them, ensuring that ESOPs are made available to them also, ensuring that we create the right environment for them to stay here and contribute to the company. We have in place a new CHRO, Anirudh, and he has been working closely with all the employees to get their feedback, to see what needs to be set right. The NRC, under the chairmanship of Madam Sonal, is also deeply engaged in this entire process, and we will ensure that we don't lose too many people for want of either an environment or salary. We will try and ensure that we meet all those requirements and retain the talent. A lot of emphasis is being paid on training so that we also have the right hands at the right place. We're also looking at inducting people from the higher management, the senior management schools, so that we also get high quality stuff. All of which means that we will have to pay some money to ensure that we retain the talent and ensure that they remain and come to us. That we will do. Agarwal Saab has also talked of the EPS and the fact that the dividend has been which has been given. I think we are looking at a dividend of 50-60% at least, because you'll agree that again we need to retain money for a growth in our inorganic and organic business. That is something which we are conscious of, without ensuring with ensuring that you also get back returns for the money which you have invested in the company. We will continue to do that and monitor closely the results. Thank you all for your warm words of appreciation also. All of you all have appreciated the work done by the company secretary. My compliments to her. And we also have in place Mr. Mehul Pandya, who comes with a rich experience and having been with this company for long, having been the ED in charge of business development, with a world of experience also in ratings. We are hoping that with this team of Mehul Pandya at the helm and a professional board to back him up, and with new persons at CRSPL, in our technology head also is new, a CHRO is new. We are hoping that we will do better as we go forward. I would like to assure you that your company is in safe hands in every which way, and we will continue to focus on doing better as we go forward. Thank you so much for your time, for having participated in today's meeting. And wherever I have not answered some questions, and I have not answered some questions, I'm conscious of that, we will ensure that replies come to you through the email from my company secretary. So, in case, as I mentioned, any questions remain unanswered, or some of the members could not speak due to any issue during the meeting, we will ensure that we reply to all the questions. I will now conclude this meeting. The e-voting process will continue for the next 15 minutes and will get disabled thereafter. The result of the voting will be announced not later than 2 working days of conclusion of the AGM, and the same will be intimated to the stock exchanges and uploaded on the website of the company and the NSDL. My sincere appreciation and thanks to each one of you for your continued trust, faith, encouragement, and support. With your consent, I and all the board members would like to leave this meeting. I wish you all and your families a very healthy and safe future. Thank you so much for your attendance. Thank you very much.